Okay.
So
Just a couple of more minutes. Yeah.
Manoj, which part of
Maharaj is Houston, Texas.
you are in Houston? Okay, very good. Yeah, actually, our good friend Sanjay Cole and his father and Dr. Toshkhani used to be colleagues
Acha.
in the information department.
You must Press Information Bureau, Information Department
Right.
asmas,
So
Residency Road asmas office.
Correct. So Sanjay's father was also in the same department, and Sanjay had done a very good write-up on the Facebook.
Acha.
He gave some perspective on their, journey together and what kind of man he was, and so many accolades that's hard to describe. So I was talking. Sanjay is like my younger brother, so he lives in Andover also. He is our neighbor here.
Acha.
So we were reminiscing about it. Actually, I met him, Dr. Toshkhani, when his sister's grandson was getting married. This is Reshmiji's grandson. Raju, So we attended that wedding. This was just over 3 years ago. And I had the good fortune of meeting Dr. Toshkhani at that time. It was good to spend maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes with him and to have a little chat. And as I said, he was such a low-key guy.
He was an amazing personality. They don't make them any more like that. He was an amazing scholar, all-round personality. And chalo, we are, we have to not only mourn his passing away, but also celebrate his life and his contribution.
That's what it's, it goes both ways. So there is a loss, but there's so much gain that he has given us.
Exactly.
That is how we have to cherish him and appreciate him and value him and respect him for all the good work he has done, and did it very quietly and really nicely.
Yeah.
Manoj, should we start?
Yes, I think we have about, we have 13 people. Okay, let's start. And you don't need me to say this, but all of us here, we're here with heavy hearts, and we are here to remember Dr. Shashi Shekhar Toshkhani. He passed away earlier this morning, and actually my very good friend Sunil, I hope he's joined, Sunil Fotedar, he sent me a note saying, hey, uncle has passed away. And then so I called Gaurav and talked to him, and he was obviously inconsolable. And so for those of you that might want to know a little bit of his passing away, he passed away earlier this morning, our time, which is last night, India time. And he had been ailing for a few months. His wonderful son, Gaurav, and his Gaurav's wife, Suchitra. So Timais Hospital Gurmit to seek an appointment to visit a doctor and get some minor procedure done tomorrow. They came back with the appointment to take him there tomorrow. Magar wapas aaye, and within 10 minutes or 15 minutes of them coming home, he collapsed and passed away. So he had been ailing for a few months, but then he talked, and then he just collapsed. So that was, in a way, it was not unexpected, but it was very sudden at that time. So all of us, Ratsenati Zankari Thermos, you don't need me to say what kind of a towering personality he was. His scholarship was unparalleled. Uh, and if you search internet, you will find a lot about him, a lot about him. Uh, Magar, I thought, while we have distinguished guests here in this meeting and they would have their own things to say about Dr. Toshkhani, I might provide some personal kind of anecdotes, my own experience. First thing is, I want to say that uh, my memories of Dr. Toshkhani are actually, I was thinking today, are as old as my memories of my parents. So Dr. Toshkhani was my father's buddy, bachpan se zabardast dost. So they were friends. They were great friends. And so I remember him visiting our house or we going to his place. And those memories, like as far as I go, uh, Yet मैं अपन parents याद चे तभी वक्त में याद Dr. Tosh Khan जी थे. In fact, my father would tell me and my mother would tell me that Dr. Tosh Khani was the best man at uh, at my father's wedding, at my parents' wedding. And then I came to know a lot about him. Initially, uh, he would write in Hindi. He would write Hindi poetry, and that was his passion. In his youth, he was a firebrand revolutionary, but of the anti-communist variety. So, Tihun's my father would recite a poem that he used to say, "Bada Zabardast." Also, I don't remember the poem. What I do remember is one line. That was poem now, Baho Prabhanjan. Baho Prabhanjan, Baho Prabhanjan. And the line that stuck with me all along was "Udado Rus ki phoos." So he was obviously anti-communist, the "Udado Rus ki phoos," and and he got into skirmishes with the communists, which were also a powerful lobby in Kashmir those days, and this slightly built scholar, decent, got into fisticuffs with with his age group of the communists, because he was a firebrand kind of a person in those days. And then I was also told one of the things he would constantly talk about was keep Mitch, I have to make this world a better place. He was, like I said, a revolutionary firebrand by his thoughts. And he would always say कि मुझे अंगारों पे चलना है और कांटों पे सोना है. And so this is my mission. And then a friend told him, looking at his heart, कि भाई तू बहुत जल्दी शादी करने वाला है. एंड का क्या मजाक है, दैट्स नॉट फॉर मी, मेरे तो ये सब काम करना है. बट लो एंड बिहोल्ड, very soon thereafter, he met Auntie, Chuni Auntie, subsequently uh, known as Sarita. That was her pen name and that was her name. And I'm told that name was endearingly given to her by Dr. Toshkhani himself, Sarita Toshkhani. An amazing person, so well read, magar a tower of strength for the entire family. So, Dr. Toshkhani would always remind me of someone who was never short. He was never caught on the wrong foot. There was no question that you would ever raise and he would not have an answer on that. His It was probably like as if he had been studying even before he was born. So he seemed to have known everything. My father would also tell me, I mean, most of my stories of those days come from what my father told me. Is my father had to, he found suddenly that the next day there was an interview for lecturers in Kashmir colleges. And my father said it was too late to prepare for that interview. But Dr. Toshkhani told him, no, it's not. There's still half a day left. And he made him sit in Pratap Park, and some of us would know Pratap Park in Srinagar, and went through the entire literature, history, Hindi literature, European literature, and my father was ready for the interview next day. There was, and Dr. Toshkhani did not have to prepare for it. He knew it. Now, he wasn't just a scholar. He could be बच्चों के साथ भी गजब की connection. So he had two children, the elder daughter Geetika and the younger son Gaurav, both of them like my younger sister and brother. Unfortunately, Geetika passed away in the prime of her youth, after putting up a valiant fight. But he would come up with these nursery rhymes that he would create. And I remember one of those being Gau Mata Dudhu De, Kheer Pakaye Ram Ji, Sita Mata Kare Rasoi, Khaye Hanuman Ji. And so he would make fun of it, and he would act, and Gaurav and Geetika would be so thrilled, and so would I. It was fun. He had everything that we always take for granted. He always had an insight on that. I remember yelme mekhalas, the mekhal waktu chalan to suchita chevain rituals varia asan to source mana issue. अब जंगल का सीन हो रहा अब ये सीन हो रहा है. He was whispering into my ear. And then जब हम गा रहे थे Om Jai Jagdish Hare, he would call it our religious anthem. And Une Vanchiya, we end everything with that. And there is that एक line आती है, and I hope people don't mind me saying this, but that was Dr. Toshkhani for you. Tachna vanan Om Jai Jagdish Hare Swami Jai Jagat Pachunane ki Jai मैं मूरख खल कामी. तो source vanan, why stop at मैं मूरख खल कामी? Go all the way. मैं मूरख खल कामी कमीना कुत्ता उल्लू का पट्टा. So go the whole length. अगर भगवान ही से खुश होता है कि मैं अपने को derogatory कितना बनाऊं, तो let me add a few more things. I know me better than anyone else. Other memories, and I wish Sunil Fotedar was here. Sunil,
He's here, Manojji. He's actually
oh,
in the
Sunil.
session. Yeah. Yeah.
Sunil is here. So yes, so uh, Sunil's father, my father, and Toshkhani ji and the auntie and our families were very close knit families. And I'm sure Sunil has a lot of anecdotes as well. Toshkhani sir, in the 70s, I found out that he had done this research on Banasur Katha. Uh, I never, for whatever reason, I never tried to find out ki ye kya kach hai, till until last year when I actually asked him if he would be willing to share that with the KOA community. And he was kind enough, and he had 3 sessions with us in which he made us aware of the importance of Banasur Katha. Not only as one of the earliest Kashmiri epic poems or narrative poems, but also as one of the earliest work where we can actually see the evolution of modern Kashmiri language from its Prakrit Upabranch format to a modern Indo-Aryan language. So he walked us through that. He walked us through the grammar that this narrative poem had, and how the words uh, were clearly of Sanskrit origin, and how they had morphed over the years, over the centuries, so to speak, to the present day modern Kashmiri. I wish that research he did on Banasur Katha had received more publicity than it has so far. In fact, when I met him last fall, I asked him if he would share. He has the only copy, and I asked him if he would be willing to share that copy with us so that we could try and see and get it published. And his answer was so typical of Dr. Toshkhani. He did this research in 1970 or thereabouts. Here we are in 2025, and he tells me, नहीं ना, इसमें ना मुझे और कुछ improvement करनी है अभी I'm not fully satisfied. And that's how he was. There was never anything. I mean, he was a perfectionist, and he wasn't applying that rule of perfection to others. He applied it to himself as well. And Sunil, if you're if you're listening, we have both had experiences where we knew he would suffer no fools. अगर आप उनके सामने थोड़ी सी भी जबान इधर उधर खिसक गई, he would let you know right away. In fact, during our sessions last fall, I remember one time referring to Banasur Katha as Banasur Ki Katha. And it took him no time to catch me and say, "Nahi, Banasur ki katha nahi, Banasur katha." So that was Dr. Toshkhani. I have been fortunate to receive his encouragement, his love, his affection as a kid, and then as I was growing up, uh, and um, I wouldn't call it mentorship, but back in those younger days, like most of us, I did try my hand at writing something, and he was the one I would go to and read out whatever I had written, and he would actually do a very good critical appreciation of what I wrote, and he would just tell me where I need to do something different. So he was very encouraging. He wasn't holding me to the same yardsticks that he held himself to or his work to. Now, before I uh, let everyone else chip in with their piece on Dr. Toshkhani, I remember again early 70s he published his first collection of poems, and I think the title was Thoda Sa Akash. And there was one poem, and the line in that uh, uh, still I still remember that was, and I thought it was so profound and so sensitive. It was, मुझे सूली पर मत चढ़ाओ, मुझे सूली पर मत चढ़ाओ, मेरा दर्द अभी बहुत छोटा है. And I thought that was Suli, for those of us who may not know Suli, the reference is to Christ. कि मुझे सूली पर मत चढ़ाओ क्योंकि मेरा दर्द अभी उतना नहीं है. So I thought this was great. Now Sunil is here, and Sunil, if you're on mute, you might want to unmute. I would suggest, if you hear me, Sunil.
Yes, I can hear you. Namaskar.
Okay, so Sunil, please.
Well, what can you say about a person that you have known all your life? The first time I remember, as far as I can go, like you, maybe I was 3 years old, maybe 4 years old. He would come to our house and he would sing lullabies to me. But they were not regular lullabies. No, they were written by him. They were his poems. And the title was, and I've written about it on Facebook a few years ago, Chote Chote Babu. So basically, these Chote Chote Babu are lined up on a table. There are 10 of them. Thus Chote Chote Babu. They are marching towards the end of the table, and one falls off the table. So you're left with nine. So that he would start again with nine. Nine after eight, then seven, six. He actually taught me reverse counting. That's the first thing. And I met him last time in twice actually after my dad passed away. He was close to him, and we had well, there was some engagement ceremony towards the end of November 2021. And I told Goro, hey, tell Uncle Ji to come. He said, hey, he's devastated. His first Masi, his wife, we used to call her Masi, she passed away. She was like a rock in that family. And then my dad, he was very close to my dad. There was a one who's when you can please try to come. That's the only opportunity I'll get to see him. And he did come. And he sat next to me. The first thing he said was, because he always spoke in Hindi, दुपन मैं अकेला पड़ गया हूँ किससे बात करूँ. So he started with dad and all that. Then I actually got to see him once again. I visited him in February 2024. That's my last visit. And he was bedridden, but he was very excited to see me. Baatein hui, and I never spoke to him in Hindi, always in Kashmiri. He understood Kashmiri, obviously. And Manojant got a brief reference to his daughter. She was my age, only 2, 3 months younger to me. And that her death really devastated him. Agar had Masi not been there, I don't know what he would have done. He was really in pieces. And the tragedy was she died on her 17th birthday, same day. That, as far as I remember. So I was myself 17. We used to play together. He will, I have written about him on Facebook as well as ikashmir.net. Like Hari Krishna Uncle is Manoj's dad, I, bothered them and said, hey, give me your write-ups, give me your books, whatever you have, I need to put it on the website. At that time, he was, a lot of people in Jammu did not know what website I was talking about. We talk about later, 1996, 97 time frame. And then I met him briefly, and he was not too happy with some of the publications that appeared on the website. And as Manoj just said, he would not withhold his comments. He said, "आप बहुत गलत छापते हो." तुम उस कैमरा कोर में तुमने ये क्या वो लाल देत पे ये क्या लिखा है उन्होंने. So, Sanmar, I don't have an editorial staff like Koshu Samachar and Nath and others have, and I'm not an intellectual. I have little skill set. I can put stuff, I can scan them and put them on website. And I have done for a lot of other people, even for those people who are on the call right now here. But most I'll remember him by is his wit.
Hmm.
and I'll miss his wit. He was very sharp in that. And like my dad also, whenever they got together, I'll give you a couple of examples. One time we were visiting my dad, and he came by, and my son Sarvesh, who was at the time maybe 2, 3 years old, and my dad is trying to feed him, and at that age he's not eating properly. So he watched, Uncle Ji watched. And my dad used to have beard. So first thing he said was, Dadiyal Dada ka Adiyal Pota. And one time I kind of pulled his leg down. So, Uncle Ji, I heard you had guests over. They were uninvited. And he said, who says they were guests? They were pests. Those things I'll miss. I really will miss. I don't know what else to say about a person who was really intellectually beyond anybody else's means. I mean, I can't comment on that part. Obviously, he was something my dad enjoyed being in company with. And it's very painful. But the way towards the end, he was really suffering. And Gaurav one में सुबनस ये MS Meej Mukti. This is how he had planned his exit, and let us celebrate his life.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's what.
A strange coincidence, Sunil, a strange coincidence. This morning, you were the one who texted me that uncle has passed
Yeah,
away,
my sister keeps it
right?
posted. Yeah,
And go back, I don't know how many years, Satji, Shetaji, Sataji Vari, November 1979.
there you
I
go.
was about to enter my ninth semester exam for machine design in REC, and here comes Sunil and tells me Geetika passed away. I remember that. So you may not remember that, Sunil, but I remember that that vividly. That November, that winter, you were the one who says college उसमें कि Geetika passed away, and today, after these many years, uh, you gave me the news. But we are here to celebrate his life, his achievements, and
He
his
was broken at
being
the time.
the person that he was, an amazing, amazing. Those of us who have been fortunate to know him, we
Closely.
cannot communicate to you guys what kind of a person he was. Now, uh, anyone else, Rakesh ji, would you like to say something, or Vikram, Ramesh ji, anyone, please feel free.
I'm
Uh,
happy to go. I'm happy to go.
please go
So
ahead.
I can't tell you how emotional I feel right now. I landed in Theli last night, and every time I come to Theli, uh, I would try to visit Dr. Saab. He was my truth keeper, and it's an interesting thing that I was introduced to him by Sunil Potedar. And I one day talked to Sunil and I said, who's this incredible person? And then Sunil told me about his relationship and introduced me to him, for which I'm very grateful. I want to highlight, because we are trying to add to each other's memories. So I'll just highlight three things, maybe, on the profound importance of Toshkhani Saab's contribution. His work on Banasur Vad Katha, was his PhD thesis. And written in the 15th century by Avatar Bhatta, who used the term Deshi, meaning that this katha had been written in a local provincial vernacular rather than Sanskrit. So it provides a window into the vocabulary of the Kashmiri Pandit community at that time. And especially the poetic aspect. So while formally speaking, the poetry, the meter in Bhanasur Katha, used Sanskrit meters such as Vasanta Tilaka and Manda Kranta. It also had indigenous Kashmiri meters that Professor Toshkhani ji had identified, such as Thado, Furo, Dukataka. And it also highlights that while today we commonly associate Kashmir with Kashmir Shaivism, that at that time, the Krishna Vaishnava strain was very popular because Banasurvat belongs to the Krishna Aniruddha Usha Banasura story. The second thing that I want to give him the highest accolade is that, in my eyes, he was the first one to fight for the cultural recovery of Lalla, who has been an object of a 700 years effort of appropriation. So while we know that he came out with the volume that he edited, which was published in 2002, Remembering Lal Ded in Modern Times, it was actually an outcome of the seminar that happened with the same title. And so I salute Shashi ji for correctly restoring Lalla as a central figure of Kashmir's civilizational inheritance, a Shaiva mystical seer, the vernacular poet, a spiritual rebel, a people's philosopher. So both Banasurvada and the book on Lalla gave me insight as to what Toshkhani ji's life mission was. And I must say, he inspired me. His mission was to protect Kashmiri Pandit memory specifically, and Kashmir's culture generally, honor its sacred language, and reflect the truth of its greatest voices through scholarship, back to the community that had been forcefully deprived of it. And so I always saw Shashi ji as the living Bhairava in our midst. In his wit that Sunil ji has mentioned, in his sharpness, he was a living Bhairava. Now he paid the price for it. The establishment did not give him the recognition, and I will speak out that it will always be seen as a reflection on the establishment. But 1,000 years from today, Shashiji's works will be in the same category as Kallana, Shemendra, and other great scholar contributors of Kashmir. I will end with his last great book, which is The Cultural Heritage of Kashmiri Pandits and its Rituals, which was another book that he had that I would really recommend that everyone should have in their library. And there were 2 points that he revealed to me, both of which gave me goosebumps. The first one was, in answer to my question, why should one learn Kashmiri language? And he said, Kashmiri language is the only language that have words that are pre-Vedic. That is how far we go as a people. We are pre-Vedic people. And the second thing I learned from him that I say falls in the goosebump category deals with the subject of terrorism. Terror now is no longer limited to Kashmir or a few other hotspots. It's now become a way of life that has been exported to London, to Paris. And so now the rest of the world is experiencing multiculturalism, of which the Kashmiri Pandits were victims for 700 years. But it's in the cultural response captured by Shashi Shekhar Toshkhani ji that I find something fascinating. Ask any Kashmiri Pandit, what do we do before we eat a meal in traditional households? And they will mention, oh, I used to see my father take huinmut, where we would take a little bit of food from our thali. We would take the rice, we take the vegetables, we take everything so that when we ate, we also fed the animals. What I didn't know is that before we did that, we would pray. And the prayer was that may the world be free of terror. I won't give you the whole poem because of limitation of time, and also because I want to tease you into going and buying Toshkhani ji's books. I end by saying, may he be granted moksha. He was a Jivan Mukt. I looked up to him. He was one of my role models. The world will remember him because the word is eternal. Thank you, Shashi Shekhar Toshkhani ji, for all that you did.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. Now, who would I see the Sannyasi ji to join Karimet aise. Sannyasi ji, I'm sure Toshif Varya Ruzmut Iman Sait. We have Niharika here. I don't know Niharika. Niharika, you are
From Kashmir Kitab.
huh? Niharika Rana, are you
Wanted to say something, but muted.
Shant uncle's daughter? Niharika?
Hello,
By any-
Namaskar. No, I'm just here to listen and kind of learn about him.
Sorry.
Thank you. No worries.
No. So, who would like to speak? Sannyasi sir, Toivanyu Mara? Or is there anyone else who would like to?
Sannyasi ji, you are muted. You have to unmute yourself first.
Let me
Toikari Mara, unmute.
Kor.
Meçovana,
Mara, when you.
me kor unmute korda mi?
Why you bozan is to hund?
अच्छा. Actually महाराज कि शशि जी जानन ब 1959 पेठे छु बो सुस तेले पाशवूर त वजह ओस ये कि यम सुबह यवान मंज मंज मेनिस पिताजी से तमन नाम पंडित गोपीनाथ जी वैष्णवी यम करा नबर कन आलो गोपीनाथ जी ये वारे फि तो मे तरह फिक्र यह क्या आखिर कोर मे एक दो पिताजी सत कत मे दोपस अच्छा यम कम गई दोपन यम हसा गई शशि जी तो मे दोपस यम क्या दोपन अना ये हिंदी साहित्य सम्मेलन बनावा अच्छा तथ मुतखन काम करान सह चलान पत नये मे सारी हिस्ट्री कि 1948-49 पे एफर्ट्स अम करान तथ मज प्रोफेसर चमन लाल सप्रो मान पिताजी तथ मज अमरनाथ साहब नव सड़क हूं तो बे नफर यम जन ये एफर्ट करान कि करो ये शामनस गीता क्लास शुरू बे कर हिंदी लैंग्वेज प्रमोट तो यमो एफर्ट कर मगर आखिर लास्ट एफर्ट रोज यह हिंदी साहित्य सम्मेलन यह रू लगभग 1950 पे गव ब्रो पकान तो शशि जी पत यमन सत पत यम करान यम फिर कलेक्शन करने गसान तुलमुल पत तौर पत दपान क्या कोर कलेक्शन क्या अत हसा दिन यह क्राल खोड़ दफ्तर यमो खोलमुत हिंदी साहित्य सम्मेलन तथ किराय आसान दिन पत यम सात समखान शामनस हफ्तस मज अक लटि बेहान तो अत सपदान साहित्यिक बैठक सपदान तो अत चाय पानी तसान जरूरत लिहाजा तमें खतर गसान ये रिलीजियस फंक्शन आसान तुलमुल मान बोड़ जाए क्या तत जेठन पे लूक तो अत संदूक थवान हिंदी साहित्य सम्मेलन कम कर अत मज यम सात यम गई पत सने यम अत हदस तामत कि गोड़ बनावन हिंदी साहित्य सम्मेलन यह बनावन यह ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्टैंड कर खड़ा कर मगर पत यम सात ब्रो पे पत चूंकि बह रूदस इन 60s रूदस बह क्लोजली गसान मे लेखन तरुन पत वुच मे शशि जी एक्चुअली शशि जी कंट्रीब्यूशन क्या गोडनुक कंट्रीब्यूशन बह वुचान कि यह अमिस revolutionary mind. He would go deep गसान خاص کر یُس زن کلچرل روٹس چھِ اَسہِ بٹن ہٕنٛدۍ تِم روٹس کیٛاہ چھِ وۄنۍ ییٚمہِ ساتہٕ مےٚ ٲس کم زیادٕ آسان پتہ بہٕ اوسُس محفلہِ منٛز کتھ کران یہِ اوس پٮ۪ٹھے دپان اوس نہ سا یوٗ آر ناٹ رایٹ یوٗ آر رانگ پتہٕ اوس یہِ کریکٹ کران تتہِ اوس تران فکرِ کہِ أمۍ کۭژاہ سٹڈی چھِ کٔرمٕژ ڈیٖپ سٹڈی کہِ یُس زن سُہ کلچرل اینٹِٹی چھِ أکِس بٹہٕ سٕنٛز تتھ کوتاہ چھُم ڈیٖپ گٔمٕتۍ تتھ کوتاہ چھُم انڈر گٔمٕتۍ کہ یِم چھِ اَسہِ وَنان نہ سا ژٕ چھُکھ ییٚتہِ غلط وَنان یہِ ہسا چھےٚ پرٛتھا چھِ کتھ بنیمٕژ مگر یہِ نہ سا چھنہٕ کتھ پتہٕ ٲسۍ یِم اِکؤلی زبٲنۍ کٲشِر باشا کٲشِر ییٚتٮ۪تھ تہِ کانٛہہ مےٚ چھُ یاد اکہِ دۄہ یہِ اوس لگ بگ 2012 دِلہِ ٲس اکہِ دۄہ اکھ پروگرامِنگ اکھ تہٕ تتہِ تہِ اوس ساقی صٲبُن لڑکہٕ تہٕ سُہ اوس پروگرام کنڈکٹ کران نوٗتلال ساقی صٲبُن لڑکہٕ سُہ اوس کران پروگرام کنڈکٹ تٔمۍ ووٚن منٛزٕ کتھ کتھ کران تٔمِس ژوٚل نیٖرِتھ سُہ کٲشُر یُس زن عام فام چھُ کٔشیٖرِ منٛز یِوان استعمال کرنہٕ لفظ دوٚپنس ژٕ چھُکھ غلط وَنان دوٚپنس ژٕ چھُکھ عربِک سینس وَنان اگر أسۍ کٲشِر پٲٹھۍ چھِ کتھ کران تہٕ ژٕ کیازِ عربِک وٲڈس منٛز اَنہٕ یوٗت کانشیس اوس یہِ کہِ کٲشِر زبانہِ گوٚژھ نہٕ مِلاوٹ گژھٕنۍ یہِ گٔژھ صاف تہٕ سُتھرٕ زبان آسٕنۍ سۄے کتھ یۄس زن أسۍ پٔتمیو واریاہو ہتو ؤرۍیو پٮ۪ٹھ چھِ ونان مگر یُس یہِ مِلاوٹ کٔرِتھ پتہٕ آو یِتھ پٲٹھۍ یِمو وۄنۍ ذِکر کوٚر للواکن کوٚر یِمو ٹرانسلیشن تہٕ ٹرانسلیشن ییٚمہِ ساتہٕ یِمو کوٚر بہٕ چھُس پتہٕ أکِس جایہِ یِمن ونان مےٚ دوٚپمکھ ییٚتٮ۪تھ چھُ یہِ یُس یہِ اکھ واکھ چھُ یُس مطلب تتھ منٛز چھِ لل ونان کہِ گۄرن دوٚپنم اندر اژُن مطلب تٔتھۍ منٛز چھُ سُہ ونان أکِس جایہِ دپان تتھ واقعس اینڈس پٮ۪ٹھ چھُ ونان بہٕ ونہٕ نہٕ وۄنۍ سورُے واقع تتہِ چھُ سُہ ونان تنے مےٚ نَرِ للہِ ہیوٚت نہ گٔے نژُن مےٚ دوٚپمس اتھ کٔرِو ما تُہۍ یہِ ٹرانسلیشن چھےٚ دوٚپُن اتھ کیٛاہ چھُ مےٚ سۭتۍ چھُ دپان نہ گٔے دوٚپُن یہِ ہسا چھُ أسۍ کِتھ پٲٹھۍ نِمو پتہٕ چھُ یِموٕے تمہِ ساتہٕ مےٚ ووٚنمُت کہِ اُتپل دیوُن کانسیپٹ یُس چھُ یتھ منٛز سا أسۍ یہِ ونان چھِ یتھ منٛز سا تٔمۍ چھُ ووٚنمُت پننِس أکِس ویژارس منٛز دوٚپمُت چھُن بہٕ ہسا چھُس شنکرس بہٕ ہسا چھُس وٕچھان شنکرس ہسا چھُ ونان دپان چھُس بہٕ ہسا چھُس ژٕ وٕچھان پرٛٮ۪تھ جایہِ بہٕ چھُس دٔچھِنۍ وٕچھان تتہِ چھُ ژٕے وٕچھان کھووُر چھُس وٕچھان تتہِ تہِ یُس چھُس بہٕ وٕچھان چھُس بہٕ چھُس تٔتھۍ منٛز ژٕے وٕچھان تہٕ مےٚ ہسا چھُ سۄ مستی اتھ سٲرسٕے ماحولس کُن یِوان کہِ ژٕے چھُکھ سورُے تہٕ چانہِ مستی منٛز سۭتۍ چھُس ییٚمِس تہِ موٚت بہٕ گژھان پتہٕ توٚر تٔمۍ فِکرِ دوٚپُن یِہے ہسا چھِ کتھ یتھ ہسا چھِ ونان شامبوی ویژار یُس ہسا یِمو ووٚن پانہٕ اُتپل دیوَن یہِ ہسا چھُ شامبوی ویژارُک تہٕ یہِ ہسا چھِ ایکسٹیسی ییٚمِس ایکسٹیسی منٛز ہسا چھِ یِوان سُہ چھُنہٕ ضروٗری کہِ چھِ ننگے یہِ ہسا چھُ استعمال کوٚرمُت ایکسٹیسی منٛز کہِ بہٕ کۭژاہ مس چھس لہذا اتھ کیٛاہ چھُ اتھ ہٮ۪کو أسۍ ٹرانسلیٹ کیٛازِ کرو اتھ کیب تہٕ یِتھے پٲٹھۍ اوس باقین واقعن منٛز تہِ سپدان ییٚتٮ۪تھ یِمن باسان اوس کہِ نہ سا ییٚتٮ۪تھ ہسا چھُ یہِ ہسا چھُ آمُت اننہٕ واکھ یہِ ہسا چھُ آمُت اتھ منٛز زورٕ ژاننہٕ یہِ واکھ یہِ ہسا چھُ باسان پتہٕ اوس سُہ تہِ فِکرِ تران دپان اوس یہِ کِتھ پٲٹھۍ چھُ باسان اگر لل دٮ۪دِ ہُنٛد کانسیپٹ چھُ پکان أکِس میٖٹرس منٛز چھُ پکان اکھ میٖٹر چھُ پکان تہٕ تتھ منٛز چھُ اکھ باضٲبطہٕ کانسیپٹ کانسیپٹ چھُ کہِ ژٮ۪تھ یُس چھُ ژٮ۪تھ آگُر یہِ کرُن تِتھ پٲٹھۍ انُن یہِ أکِس جایہِ کہِ ییٚتٮ۪تھ زن ژٮ۪تھ پتہٕ اوٗرۍ لگہِ تمام پران یِم 5 پران چھِ تِم تہِ لگن توٗرۍ أتھۍ کُن لگہِ یہِ روزِ اکھ نِراکار نِراکارس منٛز روزِ نِراکار آکارس منٛز روزِ یہِ تسُن ژینُن تہٕ یہِ چھُ اکھ ژینہٕ ونکھ اتھ کتہِ آو یہِ یِم چھِس ونان پتہٕ ہسا گوٚو سُہ اوس بڑٕ یِم زن اکھ سُہ واکھ چھُ یہِ پتہٕ ہسا آو شاہ ہمدان تتھ ہسا ترٛوو أمۍ ہسا ترٛوو پتہٕ یہِ کاندر واندر اتھ منٛز ہسا ترٛوو أمۍ پان تُندرس منٛز تہٕ سُہ اوس دپان یہِ نسا چھُیی نہٕ کتھ تٔمۍ سۭتۍ اینڈ تٔمۍ کوٚر رِفیوٗٹ ہسٹورِکلی ریٖزن دِتھ دوٚپُن سُہ اوس نہٕ آمتُے تمہِ ساتہٕ ییٚمہِ ساتہٕ زن للہِ ہٕنٛدۍ یِم ٲسۍ واکھ یا للہِ ہُنٛد دور یُس اوس तम वक्त सवाल तम पे यह कत गई स्टोरी ये कि यम त स्टोरीज कनेक्ट आमत कर वक्तन बवक्तन तिमन पे रीजनेबिलिटी हवित ब्रोह कुन रीजन अनित काज अनित क्या बह वन सह करेक्ट कर वाकन मज अमे कस्म करेक्शन फिक्र तर्म कि कुस वोबर वाक कुस पन वाक कुस असल वाक कुस असल वाक तो पत खास कर तुंद मे वो तम ये लेखान रूद मगर यह रिसर्च यम पज पे रिसर्च ओरिएंटेड शेखर साहब मे बासान कि अकिस चीजस चाहे यमो वो बानासुर कथा या लाल देद मगर बहुत वुचान कि यम जन सन अंद पक कहानी कथ फर्ज करो अमरनाथ कथ अमरनाथ कित पे द्राव तथ जनरली कत कि अन सा यह सा गो सह पहल तम हसा वो पकान पकान तम हसा वो तम सुन पत कित कर यमो हिस्ट्री ट्रीज यमो कित वोन कि अकबर बादशाह सद पे अगर वो तम तसा मेंशन कोर्मुत तो यह नसा यह पत कर बानासुर कथा तथ मज तोन कि दोपन यह कत पे अमरनाथ कोर कनेक्ट तथ तो अमरनाथ यात्रा यह कत पे शुरू गम यह नसा यह वन यह सा कोर 10वीं सदी मज या 15 नसा यह सठा पुरान यात्रा गम चलान तो यमे कथ मे वन मे वन तो ये पे बह तिम ट्रिब्यूट दिवान पज पे गो तिम अगर वनकस काम तकान मगर तिमन निश बिहित तो कुन कुन कथ तिमन जवाब हेन या कह कथ तिमन निश बिहित तेल बोजन सो लहे खबर कजा क्या तथ कथ वजन तो मगर बड़ मतलब यह दुख तम गई नश दूर तो बहुत तिमन नमन कर
Thank you, Maharaj Sannyasi ji. Thank you, Tahib won, Rakesh ji and won, from your own scholarly background, Tahib won aspect, things yim attributes, things personality hin. Vikram ji, would you like to share something about the little
Yeah, the little,
experience?
yeah. I mean,
The little-
I barely kind of, knew him, and my only interaction was through, thanks to you, towards in the last year of his life. But I mean, I have to say, I mean, I'm going to echo everyone else's words, but I think I was just blown away by his scholarship, the quality of his scholarship, and the depth of it, and his, I think, constant efforts to kind of reclaim, sort of our identity and reclaim the truth. I mean, the historical truth, and then his efforts at like ethnography and whatever, they're like so well documented. So, I mean, I was just blown away, and I was, almost, I was like through those sessions, I was just transfixed, like my mouth open, and this guy is like in his 90s. I couldn't believe he was in his 90s.
Yes,
So I was
that was
just like,
amazing. That was amazing.
yeah,
His memory was sharper than any one of us.
that's right. Yeah.
He was.
So I think my like dad actually knew him. I found out later, but he had told me like, but he couldn't believe it either that he's still around and he's just he's doing all this. I mean, so that was just. But yeah, I mean, hats off to him. He was just amazing, amazing person.
Thank you, Vikram. Rashmi ji, would you like to add on to that? I'll go around here in the order that I see the people here.
Manoj ji, first of all, thank you so much for everything that you have done for um, our heritage preservation efforts. And I think it was only because of you that we all got exposure to Shashi ji's life, his work, his passion for everything ranging from poetry, like you said, to art, to linguistics, to history, to culture. It's incredible what he has done, um, uh, what he has done over the course of his life, and how he has affected all of our, he's created a legacy, and being a living legend he was, he created a huge legacy for our grandchildren, and I'm so thankful for that. Yeah, that's all. It's a very, very sad day
Thank you.
because it's not just for our community, for Kashmiris, but for everybody on the planet. Yeah.
True, true, true. So well said, Rashmiji. It's a legacy that we are all proud of.
Yeah. Totally.
Uh, Amrita ji, if you have anything that you would like to share with the group here.
Um, for me, as you know, of course, like everybody said, it is something that I have, of course, heard his name and know that he's been, something that we want to be at a stage where we understand what he has written and his scholarship. So I always thought, okay, fine, we'll read his work. We will read his work while he is still alive, but I guess it's too late. But also the fact that, like Rakesh ji said, that the words live on, and his words still remain for us to read and catch up and propagate forward. And I'm really looking forward in the book club that we do take on his writings. As I didn't know a few of them that he wrote his PhD thesis on, but I did find out today when I did some more research on him, and I feel like it's a loss from our side. And I think time is moving too fast for us to catch up and read everything that all the great scholars of our community have written, and we are just catching up. And thanks for everyone. Thanks for hosting this, and thanks for everyone for sharing your thoughts on this. Yeah.
Thank you, Amrita ji. So I'm not able to see Klesha. Ma Hiraji cha ye.
Upar is here, and maybe Upar can.
Yeah, we are
Upar.
asking iPhone 2. तो हमारा करता थोड़ा introduction पान.
You're asking me?
Yes.
Sorry.
Sure,
Go
Hira
ahead,
ji.
Mara.
Okay. Well, Mara, I cannot top what everybody else has said, particularly Rakesh ji. He knew him very well. I met him in 91 and 92 when we were visiting those refugee camps with KL Cole and with Agni Shekhar and all the people. At those days, we were really in the mode of just surviving in those days, right? And he was appreciative of what was being done by the global Kashmiri Pandit community. He did emphasize, from his perspective, the preservation of our language, of our culture, that we need to think about that. As far as I was concerned, I did not know anything about Kashmiri Pandits, to be honest with you. So whenever I had to do a talk, I had to do a lot of research. And so I delved into some of the work that he did. But again, you got half an hour to talk. You can't talk about, a lot of details. So his point was that how do we promote Sanskrit, Sharda, among younger generation, that the young kids are not going and studying Sanskrit and contributing to the preservation and advancement of our language. We're always going back, okay, what they have done, like what he has done, Toshkhani Sahab had done. But who are the younger people who are in 50s, 40s? What are they doing in the field? So as a result of that, there was one kid, I forget his name, he contacted us. He says, I want to do PhD in Sanskrit. And I've lost connection with him. So we raised funds and all that thing. And he did finish his PhD in Sanskrit. I don't know where he ended up later on. But the his contribution to, everybody has said that, to Kashmiri language, our philosophy, the Shaivite philosophy, the research he did on Lalit, that it's immense, and we are fortunate for that, and we are very, very sad, and it's a great loss to our community. I pay my humble tributes to him.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much. I see Upharji has also joined us. Upharji, Agar Mara, if you would like to say a few words, please.
Namaskar, Mara. I mean, Mara should largely to absorb and listen. And thank you to everybody for sharing your memoirs. I mean, through your living memories with him, he was brought alive for me in this conversation. And I was not as fortunate as many of you for, having that direct connect. But I do thank Manojji for the sessions last year. I mean, that recollection of him lying on the bed and you next to him, and the amount of energy and passion he still had in that session is amazing. I mean, it is something to be inspired with. And I would say, he's already inspired a generation of thought leaders in our community, activists. And I have met so many people who say, I am what I am, I know what I know because of Toshkhani ji, including likes of Sushil Pandit ji. And what he has started, I think it's going to carry forward for generations. And all the more reason, all the more responsibility for all of us to discover, what he has left for us, and carry forward with, much more energy and sort of interest. I know, the younger generations may not be as equipped, as informed about his works, but I think, this is the opportunity to take that sankalp. He has left a legacy for us. I mean, we are the caretakers of that. So, the responsibility is on us. And through all the effort that the entire team has been putting, I think it's in the great spirit. And I see youngsters like Zirish on this call, which is amazing. So, that's the power, that's the legacy that he's going to leave for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Upharji. Thank you very much for that. I know Vijayji and Zirish may want to say something. Vijayji, Toshu muted. Would you like to say something? And likewise for Zirish. Okay, Vijayji.
Samara, this is a big loss today for the community. And like Upharji said, I also had very little direct, intimate contact with him till we got to know him last year through you. And before that, I had lots of doubts about, when I was kind of starting to learn Kashmiri Shaivism and all from the Western scholars. They used to talk about the original Kashmiri verses, which were very close to the vernacular, and they were close to the general masses. And I used to wonder how they sounded and what that they would be like. And when I had this good fortune of really listening to Toshkhani, I could hear those words. I could hear the poetry. I could hear what those chumas sounded like. So that was great. And also, I think the work done by Sunilji in making his work available through his internet work was of immense value, and those are the kinds of indirect ways that I knew him. But again, in the interest of time, I would just say that it's a huge loss, but at the same time to celebrate. And I want to kind of also make sure that we know that there are lots of youngsters. In the last 1 month, I met 2 youngsters, one 18-year-old and one 20-year-old girl. One of them very deep into Kashmir Shaivism and learning about this, our heritage. And one of them, her name's Ahi, in Bombay. And she was a couple of days back in a Zoom call with the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, talking about Sharda language because she has learned it. So she's a 20-year-old. She has learned it, and she's trying to use that to do her further research. into languages and using your language to keep the culture alive. So, we are in a good place, and we have to keep putting more momentum behind that work. And I think you are doing a great job, Manoj.
Thank you, Vijayji. Thank you. And talking of youngsters now, Zirish, can I request you please
नमस्कार नमस्कार
to
थैंक यू
namaskar?
I think मुझे तुम्हें आज पता चला, so I believe that we actually lost one of the pioneers of our community, and I could just read one of his article. It was, I believe, on kosher.org about the language, and I was just left stunned that, oh my God, like this is the one of the reason that we need to keep hold of our language. And like Upharji told, and others, like, it's on us. If we don't like treasure this thing right now, our future generations will not do anything. It's we are the bridge, and we have to realize this thing. That's very important. I mean, all of your work, we are the ones that we actually have to realize it, that why it's so important, and actually like taking everyone together, especially our community. It's not like, okay, like seniors will take care of it. No, it's not like we have to take care of it. We have to be here like, okay, like Amrita once told me, like, you have to be the grandmother of the house. So everyone needs to be the grandmother of house, so that culture stays, your language stays, your ritual stays. It was just today only, I was just thinking about why my dadi used to like open up the first page of that Vajeshwar Jantri, and there used to be all the list of like what should be there in the Kashmiri household. And I'm like, yes, it's important. Like, you need to know. Otherwise, I mean, who really then knows, like, who are Kashmiri Pandits? Like, it's really important. And I really wanted to know. I think I sent that one article to so many of my Kashmiri Pandit groups, my parents back in India. Like, did you know about him? And somewhere, yeah, my dad actually said, like, yes, we know him. So, but yeah, I mean, I really want to go deep into it and to learn about more and more about the pioneers like this. Of course, it's a huge loss for us, and especially I think I am just like kind of maybe a grandchildren age, but we'll really look up to him.
No, Zirish, thank you very much for you to have, read his articles and connected and realized and came to terms with his scholarship, the quality of his scholarship on your own. That's very commendable, and that's all good for our future. Our future is in
Yeah.
safe hands. Thank you very much, Zirish.
Sure. Thank you.
We have Sunita ji. I see next Sunita ji. Agar tohe aise, please, if you want to say a few words. But before Sunita ji, 1 second. I got a note from Sunil Fotedar ji. He wants to say something real quick. If you don't mind, Sunita ji.
Yeah, sure.
Sunil, go ahead, Sunil. Sunil.
Yeah, sorry for that. Sorry, Sunita ji. Uh, yeah, earlier you talked about how he was a perfectionist, right? You wanted something, he said, no, let me work on it a little bit more. I had the same experience actually. One time, what happened was I saw, probably you have seen his one book written in Hindi. It's about Kashmiri poets. Have you seen that book? It's
Probably, I'm not
it's
sure.
amazing book. At the time when I was putting his literature on the website, my one was going to say, Uncle Ji, can I put this book on the website? Yeah, maybe we may have to translate it into English, or I can scan the whole book and put it as is. He said he was being perfectionist, right? He said, no, don't do that, because this book I have written in 1970s or 80s, it needs updates.
No, that's it.
Unfortunately, that never happened. So I need to have a serious discussion with Gaurav, maybe some other time. So I'm looking in my library books. Where is that book? If I find it, I'm going to send the
Send it
details.
out. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you,
Sunita
Sunita
ji,
ji.
please. Sorry for interrupting you, Sunita ji.
No,
If
no,
you can,
not a problem. No problem at
please.
all. I really do not know this man. Everything is new to me. I'm hearing for the first time we had somebody like like a legendary person in our community. I had no idea. I just saw when I saw in the KO app today that somebody of this such a great person had passed away. So I didn't know who he was and what all work he had done for our community and what was so. I was interested in joining and hearing from everybody. So I feel I have to read some of the books he has written now, especially Mr. Rakesh Cole said about rituals. I would be interested, but I was wondering where can we find his books or where can
Rituals
we
is
buy
on
them?
ikashmir.org. So it's on. Sunil Potedar has done a commendable job on uploading um, uh, all
No,
of that content.
the books are not there. Only
Nasai,
the
your
articles.
rituals, Chana, tacho
Yeah,
article.
ikashmir.net, not org.
Yeah, .net.
So we
It's a
can buy on
it's
that
a property
website
of
these
KOA now.
books.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, ikashmir.net.
Okay, thank you.
You can find books to buy certainly online if there are some, but most of it is on archive.org. So you should be able to find most of the books on archive.org.
Okay.
I think Rakesh ji sent a link of, I think he sent the same link, right? Yeah, archive.org, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
very much,
Rakesh ji.
Amrita ji.
Thank you.
So we have
Actually,
Same
just
page,
a
literally.
thought. Hey, can you guys hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. See, a lot of these memoirs, these will be lost in history. So how can we capture it and put it in a digital format and put it on our assets? So uh, just suggesting an idea here, like the community written memoirs, which we can put as blog posts on our KOA website. I think that'd be great. If you all feel that's a welcome idea, we can start working on that, and it could be topic based, like on Toshkhani Ji's. You can share memoirs. We can have uh, different aspects about our culture, heritage, literature, and we can create different topics and invite community to write memoirs or blogs, and we can post it on our website. Just a suggestion here. Uh, if the group thinks positively about it, I can put things in motion for that with the team.
Sure. Thank you. That's a very good suggestion. I think we can all collaborate there and isn't demagas manshus so kaise khatam aisi seed gasun ke that remains somewhere as the community property, so to speak, intellectual property. Thank you. I see here Mohan Karihaluji. Mohan Karihaluji, would you like to say a few things? So Mara mute Winkes. Okay. But no, I cannot see. No, I don't think he's able to hear. So the next one I see is Vinita ji, Vinita Ganjuji. Would you like to share your thoughts with the group here, Mara? Oh, Mohan Karihalu ji has. Oh, तो हमारा करियो unmute, but then unmute करियो हमारा मोहन जी unmute करियो.
I can try to help him unmute.
करियो अगर है क्यों तो है कि हमारा Karihalu sir तो है कि वो unmute करियो.
तो करियो right swipe तो
Yeah,
swipe right करियो तो आत करियो unmute. Ah, it's not working.
it's not working.
Yes. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, now you
Now
are.
you are.
Thank you. So nice of you, so great of you. I have joined Marak. First time I'm joining your group. Of course, I joined today also very late. But ye mein booze, what I heard. But Toshkhani ji, it is commendable. Profound loss to the community. And more so, I want the work you people are doing, Maharaj, to keep our Kashmiri culture alive and vibrant. I feel this is great and appreciable. Especially, I want to give my tributes to youngsters who are more eager than their elder people, older people, who are trying to carry the torch forward, keep the flame alive. Thank you very much. Thank you for knowing this Toshkhani through your talks. Grateful. May his soul rest in peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mohanji. Thank you, Mara. So I have
Oscar,
two more people here. Sorry, Vinita ji and Niharika ji.
Uh,
Vinita
I
ji and
I
Niharika
haven't.
ji. Okay.
I heard so much about the legendary person. I haven't read it, but look forward to reading it. And like we have to continue. Like earlier, somebody had said that we have to continue carrying the tradition of our Kashmiri culture through the books and through authors, amazing authors like you and Toshkhani ji. So yes, God bless his soul, and we hope to continue keeping Kashmir alive.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinita ji. And finally, Niharika ji. Would you like to share your thoughts, please?
Yeah, namaskar everyone. I'm really on a listening mode, but it's been great to kind of hear about his work and really looking forward to learning more about what he's written and learn from it. So may his soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Niharika ji. Is there anyone else I missed? I don't think so.
No.
Uh, 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 Rashmi ji, is there anything you would like to add, a prayer or something? Because it's only befitting that Yamich recording that I share with Gaurav and Suchitra and the family, uh, conveying our heartfelt condolences to the family and telling them that we share their loss, we share their grief, and we are with them in this time of their loss.
Yeah.
So, agar
I,
ke,
I think Manoji wanted to say this earlier, but it'll be appropriate agar Karav, like just for a minute if we observe silence, and then
Mhm.
maybe I can say a prayer or shaloka.
Please, 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 Mara.
Let's all take a deep breath, and I have a shalok from Swami Lakshmanju. If anyone else is familiar, please join me in saying it. Om Dwaresha Navarandra Gahatiyego Vasturganesho Mahan Shaptyatya Kurva Samir Dashkam Twadhar Shaktyatmakam Chitevoth Vimarsh Shakti Sahita Shadgunyam Mangavali Lokesha Karnani Yase Mahima तं नेत्रनाथं स्तुमा विगलितबहुदर्गत्यं मोक्षुषयति हत्कजं कजति प्रसृत परमानन्दो यत्र तदीशाचनं जयति ॐ विगलितबहुदर्गत्यं मोक्षुषयति हत्कजं कजति प्रसृत परमानन्दो यत्र तदीशाचनं जयति ॐ विगलितबहुदर्गत्यं मोक्षुषयति हत्कजं कजति प्रसृत परमानन्दो यत्र तदीशाचनं जयति. Thank you so much, Manoj,
Thank you.
for doing
Thank you. Thank you, Rashmiji. That was so kind of you to do that. Thank you very much. चलो इस करो प्रार्थना for his moksha,
Yeah.
sadgati, and we hope we can carry forward his legacy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Very
Yeah.